Grand Rising, everyone, Grand Rising. Yes, it's so nice to be in the land of the living. Let me just say Grand Rising to Miss Sasha, Sasha Wealth, Grand Rising to you also. Hey, Linda Gamble, I so appreciate you. Love you, Linda. Thank you for everything that you do for me. Yes. Miss Belinda Matthews, Grand Rising to you too, Miss Belinda Matthews. Yes, how y'all doing this morning? Hopefully everybody slept pretty good. Oh, Queen Snyder, hi, darling. Grand Rising, Queen Snyder. She said Grand Rising, BT, Moss, and Chats. Oh, yeah, y'all. Let me do my house rule. Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance for such thing as comments, criticism, news, teaching, research, and reporting. And all things on Black Titanic Channel is fair use for entertainment and educational purposes. My opinion, my Titanian opinion, my guest, my host, just our opinion and fair use. Town Renee, what's up, Town Renee? What's up this morning? 9:56 in my neck of the wood. What time of it is your neck of the wood, you guys? Yes, you guys, what a great morning. As y'all can see, the thumbnail talk about the dirty little secrets. What secrets is going on in Mrs. Nail household, you guys? I don't know if y'all peeped that, but when they were standing there, whatever they looked like, they playing tennis, they called it something else. And they were having that conversation about why she did not show up to her event, Nell and Mel. And then she said she was making all kinds of excuses as to why. This woman was making up all kinds of excuses as to why she was not at Mel's event. So Mel said, well, you call me crying all the time. The woman said she called her crying. What makes this any different from anything else that you've done? Because all of a sudden now, here you go. What dirty little secret is going on in her house? You call me crying all the time. You can't call me and ask for no tickets to find out how I'm doing. When I do talk to you, you got to drill me by how you feel like Martel is not guilty. What's going on in your own household, Nell? What's the little secret? Why are you crying all the time on Melody's shoulders, y'all? Yeah, don't look like things so good in the Fletcher household, is it, you guys? No, 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 no. But anyway, grand rising to each and every one of you. And while I got mail up, let me just say this. I'm going to go ahead on before I forget about this. From Ebony D. Best, y'all. Mel and Lauren has launched a cosmetic line. Y'all go, girl. Run over and let's have this sold out. Thank you and enjoy that code. 20% off. Y'all know what I did? For Black History, I did Madam Walker. She paved the way for all you Black sisters, all y'all going into the beauty industry. That Black woman was a millionaire way back when it was unheard of. Back in the day, y'all know Madam C.J. Walker paved the way for all you young people to come in and do your cosmetic line, do your hair, anything to do with beauty. That was Madam J. Walker paving the way, even for the Black chemists. That Melody showed us she had. Madam C.J. Walker paved the way for that. But you guys know, y'all, I'm just gonna get on this hair stuff now. I don't know. That she said that the product that she had was making people hair grow. When I was looking at she did not have these chemicals that would put cancer in your head like they got today. Now they come up with another solution for your hair. It's called hair relaxers. They push Madam CJ healthy products to the side and start selling us these relaxers, y'all. Only to find out it's giving black women all kinds of cancer, all kinds of problems in their womb, infertility problems, all kinds of fibroids, you guys. Yes, but when Madam C.J. Walker made her product, it was healthy for the hair. The hair grew. It was healthy for the scalp. Yes, Madam C.J. Walker paid the way. Oh, yes. But anyway, y'all, Melody sings like my soul. Here you go again. Them Scott so jealous over that woman. He talking about some, she just do everything and everything. She want everything to stick. She just do everything. Oh, he was criticizing this woman right here. This couple right here, they cannot stand Melody. He want what Melody have. His t-shirts, he criticized Melody, try to downplay her on her t-shirt. Yet, her t-shirt is selling. Heels don't sell. Who gonna buy a Black Lounge t-shirt? I don't know. I ain't never seen nobody wear no Black Lounge t-shirt. They barely wear them. No, I never seen Wonder wear no kind of t-shirt or nothing that they made. Yeah, throwing things against the wall. But every time she throws something on the wall, it do stick. So he jealous. He's sitting up on that line. Yeah, I don't want you millimeters. Don't buy nothing from me. Don't even come into my dirty establishment. Yeah. Anyway, let me just go and say hi to you guys. Jealousy, envy. All these people on this show on Love and Marriage Huntsville are so jealous over this woman. You go, Mel. Congratulations. And don't forget, y'all, that song came out too. She got the song, the #1 hit song come out. Nobody business. And then the hair product come out. I mean, what is this? The cosmetic line? Lord Jesus. Yeah, the cosmetic line come out. So it's sticking and they get madder and madder and madder. And then why you get mad when you're not creating none? You guys are just faking your way through. You guys are lying, delusional. How you gonna get rich if you sitting up on your butt just telling us stories, making up stories about your wealth? Yeah, get these people off the air. Get these people off the air. These two right here. Y'all know Love and Marriage Huntsville is down. Ratings are down 268,000. That's what you get, my soul. My soul. I gotta put them back up there, y'all. My soul. Didn't you tell us that the ratings you didn't need the made us? Yeah. Then you say that the millimeters are not important? And then he get to laugh. I can't wait till they see the rating. And then another thing they always say on Love and Marriage Huntsville about the rating is only reason the rating was down because of football or some kind of sports activity is going on. You guys, there's no sports activity going on at all. And the ratings are still down. Yes, the millimeters have made an impact on the show, y'all. They started out with 500 million. Not 500 million. they were getting 500,000 at the beginning of when they started, and then it kept going down to now they're down to 268,000. That's what you get, my soul. Won't you brag about that? Okay, let's see what you guys are doing over here in the comment section. Sasha Well. I don't know why I want to call her Sarah. That's my grandmother's name. Pamela, Grand Rising, Pamela, how are you doing? Yes. So you guys, let's talk about this, y'all. Miss Pamela, Miss Linda Gamma, Miss Deborah Jackson. What's going on with women's in our community? Women's that want to protect black men. Miss Fletcher is determined to make Mel think that Martel is not guilty. I don't want to see a black man go to jail. And that's what she said. No black man ain't going no jail. What about P. Diddy, y'all? Do y'all think P. Diddy should go to jail? Ask Miss Fletcher that. Miss Fletcher, what about P. Diddy? Do you think when he was stomping on that beautiful young lady, Miss Cassie, stomping her and dragging her, beating that girl, just almost beat that girl unconscious, do you think that this man should go to jail? Well, in her book, P. Diddy is black. No, a black man shouldn't go to jail. And then I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was over there on Pinky last night, and one thing that they brought out was about a narcissist. That a narcissist, when you doing good, right? You peaceful. They try to make you relive every last drama that they have taken you through, just to mess your day up. And then I get to think about that with Miss Fletcher. Miss Fletcher, every chance she get, she reminded Mel. Let's say for instance, y'all. Let's say for instance at that name change ceremony, right? That was such a beautiful ceremony. You guys already knew how hard it was for her to get her name changed. Y'all remember that? She couldn't get her name changed because Martel had her tied up in court. Finally, it was over. That day had come. Melody just went out. I mean, she must have spent a lot of money. She even have a personal musician on board. Beautiful setting. And then what happened in the middle of the thing? Here come Miss Fletcher. Here she comes. Yeah, Martel upset because you changing your last name. He said you was a cheater. What's a cheating, Mel? What's a cheating, Mel? This woman gonna interrupt this lady during the most peaceful event. Something she had been waiting on for years to get her last name back, only for her to pull her to the side and try to make her relive Martel. Martel wasn't there. He wasn't invited. He was upset because he wasn't invited, but he had her mouthpiece. Black women in the community, some of us are so destructive. And what we do, we war against our own sisters that are victims. We breed all this war against our sisters like this. Yeah, Martel said you cheated on him. Well, you cheating on him. Gee, every time she want to drag. And then right here, y'all, right here, she gonna say, hey, I don't believe a black man should go to jail, but what's this with this text? Why you send Martel to jail? So in other words, that man is innocent. In her book, Martel is innocent. I don't care if he knocked your eyeballs out, sister. He's innocent. And that's the problem in our family. I'm going to tell y'all this. Miss Neal remind me of one of them older ladies when I was a young girl. And you would go to these older women and tell them that somebody been violated. And they, oh, you just fast. Go somewhere and sit down, girl. You just fast. What did you do? What did you do to make him want to do that to you? Yeah, once again, they always protect the predators. The predators in our community is being protected, you guys. This is not a friend. And Mel, and then Mel just look at her and here go Mel. She's so cute. She is so cute and so sweet, and she gonna get her confession. Well, Miss Fletcher's such a great friend. That's what I like. She came to me and talked to me first. But little did she know she spoke too soon. Mel was talking about you behind your back to Stormy. You shouldn't have sent that man in jail, she was telling Stormy. I don't believe a black man should go to jail. Yeah, that's what she was saying behind your back. Yeah. Yeah, and one thing Mel asked her was, did you ask him? But see, one thing about Miss Fletcher, she two-faced it. What she would do, y'all, she would say one thing to Martel, then get a Mel face and act like, she's on Mel's side. But whatever the case, Black women's been responsible for protecting the Black men's in the community, protecting our Black boys, regardless of what they do. They be protecting them. Yeah. All right, you guys. This is called Love and Marriage Huntsville. What is the dirty little secret going on here? What's going on, y'all? I'm going to play it, but Mel said, you call me always crying on my shoulder. Mel was trying to know why you can't come out and support me. Because you call me all the time crying. What's going on in our household? Things are not that rosy between them two. Between Chris and her. Another thing about Nell, let me play this for y'all. Alexis, that daughter, I'm not here to say whether Alexis wrong or right. I'm just going to deal with the facts today. Alexa gave her interview on that blogger's channel. She said, my daddy was still married to Nell, to my mama. Nell gets on, she told me something. She's a liar. She's a liar. That girl is a liar. I'm going to play it. Only to find out this season that she got to admit that the man was still married, just like Alexis said. All right, you guys, let me put this video through here. This is just a little short video of Miss Nell when she clapping back. Y'all saw that interview? Y'all saw everybody had on two different sides. They felt like Alexis was so disrespectful. Then there's the one that watched the whole dinner and watched everybody come back at Alexis. And when Alexis exploded, she was the disrespectful one in the household. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can get this video through. But anyway, you guys, this Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings is so low. Who want to sit there this season and watch y'all protect Martel, every last one of them? Up there protecting Martel. Who gonna sit there and watch that mess? You protecting the abuser. Every last one of them. No, I didn't tune in for that. I've been getting bits and pieces here and there. Okay, y'all, listen at this. She want to say Alexis was a liar, but then she admitted that she really was the side chick. Listen at this, y'all. She gonna, because her stepdaughter called her a side piece. But later on this season, we get to see that she admit that Chris was still married. Anyway, Alexis is the first one to say, well, hey, look, my mom was still married to him. She said, oh, this girl is just a liar. Only to find out she misled us because Martel went to Mr. Fletcher and said, well, your woman was a side chick. And he said, my wife wasn't no side chick. So then later on, Nell was talking to Melody. She said he was still married, but I did not know it at the time. But according to Alexis, once she found out, she never stopped That's why mom just eventually went on and just gave up on the marriage.
Should I just not do anything and, just let them have it?
All right, let's take it back.
Because a lot of lies were told, and I had to ask myself, am I going to go on here and say something? Should I say something? Should I reply? Or should I just not do anything and, just let them have it? But the more phone calls I got, the more inbox emails, it was like, you know what? Shy, nah, that ain't me. I don't say much about nothing, and I don't comment about much, but I felt like, you know what? I need to go live, and I need to let all my supporters know that that's not true. Miss Nell don't roll like that. Miss Nell ain't playing no side chick for nobody. Okay? That's just not how it goes. And yeah, she's referring to Tisha K interview with Martel. No, I'm not referring to Tisha K interview with Martel. For those of you who know, I won't call no names and until I address it. Just stay tuned. Some of you, no. This has nothing to do with Martel. Yeah, I seen someone else say my daughter's name and my husband's daughter. Yes, that would be it. But as I said, I don't play no side chick to nobody. I don't believe in telling lies. If you're gonna tell something, tell the truth. Tell the whole darn truth. Don't get on here lying trying to make yourself look good. Because Miss Nell ain't did nothing but been good to my whole family. All my children.
We know that you've been good to the children now. We know that. But in this particular interview, you call this girl a liar. Only to find out this season that you really, Chris was still married. You admitted it. Wow, I don't like how they portrayed Alexis. Woo.
Even my bonus child. So I don't appreciate the lies that were told and spread it out there in the universe. I don't operate like that. I ain't got no lie to tell. But I will be addressing it. What I want y'all to do is stay tuned. Stay tuned because we will be talking about this. Me and my husband will be addressing this because this is something serious. This is life, and I think you all.
So y'all see, they addressed it on that show. Yes, I was a side chick, but I did not know the man was married. He was still married. So Alexis wasn't lying. So the problem is, why did Nell make Alexis out to be a liar? Only to admit that Chris was still married and this season, you guys. That woman, y'all heard what she said, that the girl was such a big liar. Oh, Lord, have mercy. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Miss Nell was come on, talk back to me now. Talk black to me. Talk black to me. Do y'all think that Miss Nell was a side chick? What y'all think, huh? Yeah. That girl was not lying on Miss Fletcher. I say she was disrespectful. I don't like a disrespectful child. I feel like a child should do their elder. But did she tell? She didn't lie on Miss Fletcher. Miss Fletcher did. Oh my God, she was just so appalled that this girl, her stepdaughter, her bonus kid, will say that her daddy was still married to their mother while they were together. Only that this woman admitted, yes, I was, but she added, I did not know. And when she found out, she still stayed on the course, according to Alexis, allegedly, and her mama. She said she was going to leave Chris alone when Alexis' mama told her, she was trying to work things out because they met up, but she never did leave Chris alone. So, and then Chris just throwing his wild over. He not obligated to nobody. At that time, he wasn't even obligated to Nell because just how she got him is just what happened. He still was messing around on her too. Sasha, I like what Sasha say. Fake Nell. Well, Linda say fake friends. Y'all, let me tell y'all, this is so serious. Domestic violence is a very, or DV, I don't know why they want us to abbreviate. Black women, it's a big problem with black women in our community being believed when we come and say that these men are abusing us. And Miss Fletcher, I'm so disappointed with her. She's an older lady. And not only that, we saw where she from the beginning, she was supposed to be their counselor. She know this man inside and out. She know he's abusive. She know how he gaslight her. Now look, let me tell y'all, what do she want to happen? This man is just, what do y'all want to happen, this lady? It's just a text message. But they say, let me tell you what they say. They say that black women are 3 times as likely to experience being deleted as a result of DV and IPV. That's personal. You know, mostly you're in an intimate, they're mostly intimate partners where you are getting abused at. Said black women make up 85% of the population, but 33% of the homicide happens to black women. 29% of all victimized women, making it only the leading cause of being deleted for black women's ages 15 to 35. What the hell do they want to happen on that show to this woman? Do she have to be deleted before y'all take it serious? On that wood. Carlos King, what the hell? How you gonna keep this man? And then you try to come back and victimize Melody. You try to make victimize Martel, make Martel be the victim and Melody to be the liar. Y'all, this show is trying to say that Martel is not guilty. Oh, that's just a text. That's just a text message. When black women are being deleted across the earth for DV, y'all, and then most of us don't want to report it because even when you go through the system, they don't want to do nothing about it. Or else they act like they don't believe it, y'all. What's the secret in the black community? What's that secret? You don't tell. Don't tell what's going on in this household. You walk outside, everybody see y'all, you this perfect little family, and inside daddy in there beating the hell out of mama. But you can't tell it. You grow up as a little girl holding that in, you're holding that stuff in, and you're looking around. I can't tell nobody that now I'm grown and I done married the same kind of man I saw my husband was. Saw my daddy. My daddy was an abuser. I grew up and married an abuser, but I can't tell nobody. How long was Melody protecting this man? Because when he got on this show, we wouldn't have never thought that this man was so dumb. Because she did a good job in protecting this man. Okay, y'all, hit that like button, share, and subscribe, you guys. We're getting ready to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. So much of my discussion of most of the millimeters have so much compassion in their hearts for victims like Melody, right? But seem like Love and Marriage Huntsville cast member want Melody to remain with her abuser. So they look at her and get mad. No, I just don't believe a black man should be put in jail. In other words, Martel is innocent. And this what got me. She want to compare Melody's situation with her son. Yeah, because of my son. You know what situation I'm going with my son. Yeah, just let little Chris roam around in the community and do what he want to do. Steal the tires, steal credit cards, go to jail, back and forth. No, my son. Black women's going to protect their son. Yes. Racism and sexism are the two biggest obstacles for Black women in America. That in America we got to face that too. And then we got to come in our own community. We got to face it with people that look like us, y'all. Black women, they feel obligated. We feel obligated to stay quiet. We feel obligated to be looked on as this strong person, y'all. This is a strong Black woman, you know. We can't complain because we strong. They can't believe that this man will knock me upside my head. Because I get up the next day and go head on to work and don't say nothing. The community it wants you to remain silent. Miss Fletcher, she want Melody to stay silent. But Melody got too much dignity and too much pride. She has to choose herself, she keeps saying. I can't keep letting this man harm me, Miss Fletcher. This girl can't keep on letting this man harm her. What's wrong with you? Instead of you as old as you is to help her, you speaking out for the abuser. Well, what's the dirty little secret in Miss Fletcher home, y'all? Cause Melody said you always calling me crying. Always. Yeah. We don't believe in airing out our dirty laundry. You can't air out your dirty laundry. And then imagine Melody walked around like that year after year after year with this man abusing her. So finally, she got tired. Anyway, here we go, you guys. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Then it's going to lead into the Black History, Madam C.J. Walker. Hey, y'all, anyway, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget, you guys, to hit the Cash App button. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys. Okay, you guys, I'm just so proud of you guys. I really thank y'all for being here. I really do. He don't need to go to jail. I don't believe a Black man should go to jail. What about what Diddy is doing to that girl? Do you have so much compassion in your heart for Diddy? Watching Diddy beat that girl up like that and look at that little child and ignore her and say this Black man don't need to go to jail. Here we go, y'all. Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I don't need it. I was like, oh, hell no. Martel going to jail, I don't agree. It's wrong.
Okay. Martel going to jail. I don't agree with it. It's wrong. It's wrong, saying Neil. Let me just back it up. Start it over again. All right. Yes, here.
Previously on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Why would you have somebody arrested for some text messages?
My message to her was saying, stop bullying me.
Why she keep bothering you? I don't need it.
I was like, oh, hell no. Martel going to jail, I don't agree. It's wrong, and I've yet.
So, here we got two women, right? Two older women. Speaking in their voices, protecting the abusers in the community. Yeah, oftentimes these men are running around here preying on our daughters, you guys. Praying, being abusive to our daughters. Then you have these black women that speak this destructive voice. The voice that weaponize the war against the victim, which is your sisters. Yes, you guys. She is weaponizing this abuser. I don't think he needs to go to jail. He abused her sister, her friend. She was the counselor, an older woman that can live, the seasoned woman that can live longer than this young lady called Melody Sherry. And then you look at the mom also weaponizing her voice, weaponizing her voice for her son or the abuser against her daughter-in-law. So you got these two women. Don't forget about the other women on Love and Marriage Huntsville. They work together and lay a foundation out saying that it's okay for black women to be abused, you guys. Yo, this site that I see on Love and Marriage Huntsville is a site of violence. Everybody just, oh, I don't see no physical violence. I don't see no black eye, no bruises, but it is mentally abusive. Mentally abused. And then you got these black women. You got these black women that demand that you treat this abuser, demanding that you lay on the floor and let this abuser step all over you. Not to mention, you got Mel. She's demanding that she be treated with dignity and respect. You got the older women on Love and Marriage Hospital saying, oh, that abuser is a sweet guy. Oh, but he shouldn't go to jail for abusing you. Yeah, keep on fueling and fueling and fueling and gaslighting this abuser against the victim, who is the black woman.
Speak to Mel and tell her I don't agree with it. What?
I'm going to speak to Melody and tell her I don't agree with you trying to have some dignity and respect, trying to have a safe space for you and your children. This is Mel Fletcher, you guys. This is the type of friend, this is the type of counselor that Mel got. She is in a lot of pain, but yet her own personal issues get in the way. Miss Nail was a side chick. You guys are just all to it. The way she view men is the advice that she can only give to Melody. She's seasoned with this. She's seasoned with this, you guys, and it's apparently that the men are more important than you. This is the message that she's sending to this young lady. Melody it's a young girl under her, a young woman under her. But the only thing she can do is raise this painful voice against Melody. This painful voice, this destructive voice telling you that, oh no, you can't do that. You can't send this black man to jail for abusing you. You can't send Diddy to jail for abusing that black girl that we saw him stomping on that floor. Domestic violence is no joke, you guys. Domestic violence is dangerous, y'all. That's why you got all these women's rights, these movements popping up. Because a lot of women, we're just not going to talk about black women. It don't matter what color you are. It's know what geographical area you come from. Domestic violence is destructive. All righty, you guys. Let's see what Neil is talking about now. So now we do know about this older lady. This is Mel's mentor. Yeah, she's been counseling Mel. But Mel is very hurt. She said, "Where were you at the podcast, man? I just knew if nobody else wasn't gonna be there, my friend Mel was gonna be there." Mel got all kinds of excuses, but dirty little secrets is coming out. Melody gonna ask her, "You call me for everything else. Oh, you sold out quick. That's why I wasn't there. Them tickets sold out. I was in Houston. I was here. I was doing this. I was doing that. I can't come support you, sister, but I can support the abuser, which is your husband. That's who I support." What's this secret that Mel referring to? Oh, you call me crying. You call me crying all the time. What secret is there? They look like they got the perfect marriage, but it don't seem like it. There's some dirty little secrets going on in that household. Let's see. Let's hit it.
Hey, I want to buy 2 tickets. I missed the tickets, baby. I could have said, I want to buy 2 tickets. You're right, I could have said that. I just, yeah. I didn't even think to see if you were coming because I'm like, oh, I know they in the house. I already know. Yeah, you're right. Let's call. Stormy bought her tickets.
Thanks for being here, LRGA Curves. Thank you. And any other content creator.
Trust me, I'm getting on it. I'm towards my internet game. I'm getting it. Not internet. Even when you found out it was sold out, you could have hit your friend. I said I messed up. I am a little thrown and a little shocked about what Mel is saying to me.
I'm thrown and I'm shocked. That means you never gave this lady a thought. You don't care about this woman feeling what she's going through. All on the internet, about this man, this DB case and this RP case is all over the internet. You don't pick up your friend. You don't even care to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, look, what's going on over there?"
Really, really feel bad. I think she's been let down so much by so many people. She did not expect that from me nor Chris. She needs me just as much as I need her because she was really, really hurt. What really happened with Martel going to jail? I think I heard domestic violence. What else did I hear? It was something like harassment, communication. I'm like, which, I don't.
You see that, y'all? This is stunning to me that this lady right here is just so in tune to the abuser till she can't even acknowledge her friend pain, the victim pain, you guys. It's stunning because she really want a not guilty verdict when it comes to Martel. If left up to Nell, he's not guilty. He's innocent. What happened? Why did you do that? Girl, what's wrong with you? Why did you call the police on this man for hurting you? Yeah, this signals a significant break from her past, y'all. From her past. She did a lot of crying, a lot of forgiving her husband, a lot of taking a lot of stuff, and she don't understand why Melody can't stay there and struggle with her own husband. Struggle now through this abuse. That's all it is. You just gotta struggle through it. Yeah, this points out a lot in the Black community. It points out a lot of women in the Black community. They protect Black men, and you taught that from a child growing up. However, her experience with what she went through, it's the kind of counseling she want to give them to Melody. Just ignore all this abuse, and maybe it would disappear. Look at me and Chris. That was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, when he cheated on me. That's it.
You asked him? Honestly, I wait to hear from them. Yeah. That's what I did. I saw. I don't want to hear that.
In this situation, he had sent me a screenshot of a video that he and I had made, a private video we made, and pretty much threatened to post it. Yes, okay. I didn't leave him alone, even though I wasn't even bothering him. So when he sent me the text, I was just like, I let it go. Like I've let so many things go, just whatever. But then last year, when we were in,
Y'all hear what she says? I have let so much go. I have let this man go unpunished so long till he just keep coming and coming and coming. But I've grown now. I'm healed, and no longer will I be his doormat. You're supposed to be my counselor. You're supposed to be my elder. You're supposed to be teaching me that, but yet you try to make me relive this drama every chance you get. Yeah, y'all. Do y'all remember when she had the name calling? That's what I remember. The name change. Now it was a peaceful moment in Melody's life when she had. Oh wow. She had been trying to get this name changed for so long, you guys. Finally, she got the name changed. Oh, it was such a beautiful ceremony. And who took that peace and joy from her? This lady right here, her so-called mentor, her so-called friend. And she trying to make this black woman go back in history and remember all the instability, all the violence that this man put on against her during her most peaceful moment, during while she was trying to celebrate her life, her healing, her future for her children. She made this woman relive this stuff right there in the middle of her ceremony. The stories of black women who fought for personal dignity holds profound and true. This is Melody. That's my personal dignity that I'm fighting for. Don't you realize that? You don't realize that I have my profound truth, and that truth is he would not abuse me anymore.
Houston, his baby mama said she has the recording. Her sister has seen the recording. When I started putting it together, I'm like, this is why he put a marker over his penis in the video. Oh, wow. So you could make like it's somebody else's. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, that's
But
low.
it is very low. I took the evidence to the magistrate and they issued a warrant. They issued it. I'm like this. I believe in divine timing. I believe in divine alignment. Once I did my part, I said, God, when it's supposed to happen, whatever it's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen, I'm going to let you have that.
You know how I feel about a black man going to jail.
Well, I feel even more about a black woman.
I
Personal
understand.
videos
I
being
get it.
threatened to be
I
released.
get it. No, you know because of my situation with
With
my
your
son.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I know.
So a black you know I don't want a black man to go to jail. You know now cause the situation of my son. Yeah, just let my son run around and commit crimes, violate everybody in the community. No accountability for my son. But we're not talking about your son. We're talking about a woman that you counsel, a woman that you mentor against domestic violence, y'all. Oh, wow. Wow. Meanwhile, the victim sit over there struggling for her freedom. Freedom, you guys. She's demanding that, this man give me some respect. You guys gonna give me respect. Well, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut. Oh Lord. In the long history of the African American community, y'all, Black women have always had to be struggling for justice and equality. But what's so sickening and what is distinguished us from different organizations in America is that the Black woman has no one. She's the least protected, even from the other Black women in the community. This is a large injustice that you're doing to your friend, Nell. To your friend. The girl that you say you love so much. He is not guilty. And that's where she gonna stand with this, you guys. A Black man shouldn't go to jail. Y'all know, I don't know if y'all know this. I do know how Black men be railroaded, especially if they're innocent. But in this case, we're not talking about an innocent Black man. We're talking about an abuser. And we're talking about how this woman right here and the rest of the women on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm talking about the women's men, go to any length to protect this man, to protect the abuser, and demand that the victim, right? You demand that the victim holds no accountability on the role that this man have played in your life as far as violence. Whoa. So violence play in the African American daily lives, y'all. Every day in the community, there's some kind of violence coming on for Black women. Historically, it started back in slavery, you guys, where the clear people, Esau, he could just take advantage. He could just take advantage of the Black woman, and nothing would never be done about it, you guys. So now, moving up to the future, then we still struggling. This time we struggling within our own community, where, it's pointing to the fact that, Black women don't have no voice. That we're invisible, trapped. You trapped in this system. You trapped in this system of balance, and you still want to minimize, ignore this woman pain. Yeah, she's gonna demand. She's younger than you, well, she demands boundaries. She demands respect. She demands peace in her life. But you, Miss Fletcher, you always coming to this woman, making her relive every last drama that she spent with Martel. Let's just see what the fans are saying. Now, you got to stop lying. Take accountability for not attending instead of making excuses that Mel has been let down. Yeah, she was let down. But quick to ask about Martel. Every chance she gets, she make Melody relive whatever drama she went through with Martel. Every chance she get, Melody got to explain her abuse to her. Explain why she has to look at her as being a victim. People, please remember it's an ethics show. That 1 minute 30-second scene was probably 1 hour plus and sliced and diced to this decided quest for reception. Well, that party when sliced when she say that she believe a Black man shouldn't go to jail because she done doubled down on it, you guys. At this point, can we just kick Martel off the show? His whole storyline has been only about Melody. I'm over him and his lies at this point. Y'all know this season's still about Melody. They're talking about the millimeters. You know, the millimeters are Melody fan base. They still making Melody their storyline. I feel like Tisha still doesn't like Mel and is forcing the relationship because when she is with Destiny, she bashes Mel and says she wasn't going, but now they're at the table together. She on mute. Yeah, she on mute. She is on mute. Yeah, there's no friendship really in this show. I love seeing Mel, Tisha, and Kimmy getting along and hanging out. Hope it stays this way.
Yeah, but you gotta be quiet.
Alrighty. Well, Miss J said, I just don't get it. What Nell? I just don't get Nell. Her knowing Melody for as long as she have known her and having a direct inside view of all the things she have contended with. Why would she question Melody moves? Yeah, she trying to make Melody be the abuser. It appears she has fans. She has no real trust in her friend. There is no constellation. A married person is a married person until that divorce decree is in your hand. Until then, yeah, Miss Nail, were you a sad chick? You admitted that you did not know about that marriage, but according to Lexus, when you found out, you kept it going. Right? Mel, you're writing your own book. So these are the fans speaking out. They're speaking out about the love and marriage Huntsville cares. Notably about Miss Nell. Can Nell be trusted, you guys? Is she a friend? And what's this dirty little secret? What's this dirty little secret going on with Nell? Yeah, what's going on in Nell's household? Melody said, you called me crying. You have called me crying. That's what Nell said to Miss Nell. Okay, shout out. This is Black Scientists and Inventors by 88 Brains. You guys check 88 Brains out. Black Inventors.
Dr. Daniel Hale Williams performed the first ever heart surgery in 1893 without the assistance of x-rays, antibiotics, or modern anesthesia. Dr. Dan, as he was known, was born in Pennsylvania and received his medical degree from Chicago Medical School. In 1891, he founded Provident Hospital, the first interracial hospital in Chicago on the city's south side. The hospital established the first Black nursing school. One fateful day, 2 years later, a young Black man named James Cornish was brought to Provident Hospital with a serious wound on his chest. With his patient bleeding heavily, Williams saw only one option. He performed surgery on James' chest, fixing the severed artery, and then closed the wound. James was discharged 51 days later, fully recovered. He lived another 20 years, proving the success of Dr. Dan's operation. George Washington Carver was a botanist, agricultural chemist, and inventor. His innovation and determination helped to restore the struggling agricultural economy of the South during the early 20th century. Fascinated with nature from an early age, he grew a secret flower garden in the woods near his foster home. He earned the nickname the Plant Doctor by the time he was 10 years old because of his skill in caring for sick plants. At 27, Carver entered Iowa State College of Agriculture and graduated as one of their outstanding scholars. He was appointed their greenhouse director and an assistant instructor in botany. He earned his master's degree in 1896, and out of his long-held desire to help poor Black Southerners, he accepted Booker T. Washington's offer to be the director of agriculture at Tuskegee Institute. Southern cotton farmers were bringing in smaller harvests and thus less money. Carver examined the soil and found the cotton plants had taken important nutrients from the soil. He discovered that peanuts, sweet potatoes, soybeans, and cowpeas return nitrogen to the soil, so he urged farmers to plant these in rotation with cotton. The crops helped feed the farmers' families and allowed them to grow more cotton than before. When the farmers struggled to find customers for their peanut and sweet potato crops, Carver made more than 300 products from peanuts, such as ink, shampoo, soap, and candy, and molasses, glue, and flour from sweet potatoes. Carver donated his life savings to Tuskegee to establish the George Washington Carver Foundation, which helped provide research opportunities for students. A museum was also founded in his honor. President Franklin D. Roosevelt ordered the dedication of the George Washington Carver National Monument, located near the scientist's childhood home in Missouri. It was the first national monument dedicated to an African American. George Washington Carver believed, "It is simply service that measures success." Madam C.J. Walker was the first African American millionaire businesswoman in the United States. Born Sarah Breedlove in Louisiana, she was orphaned at age 6. At age 20, she became a widow with a 2-year-old daughter to support. She worked as a washerwoman in St. Louis, Missouri, a job which required difficult manual labor with little pay. Still, she attended night school and saved what money she could to invest in her experiments. Sarah suffered from alopecia, a condition which left her hair dry and brittle. Sometimes patches fell out. Dissatisfied with the hair treatments available at the time, she mixed different combinations of oils in her bathtub until she discovered a satisfactory formula. The treatment worked for her, and she then began testing her wonderful hair grower on other people. It was a hit, and after moving to Denver, Colorado, she perfected her treatment and created other products, including a straightening comb, which she patented in 1905. Sarah sold products door to door and used her own before and after photos as proof of her product's effectiveness. Sarah married Charles Joseph Walker in 1906 and began calling herself Madam C.J. Walker. Her Walker method took off, allowing her to establish an office and manufacturing headquarters after only 1 year. With the help of her daughter and nieces, Walker recruited more saleswomen to help sell her products. In 1908, Walker opened a second office in Philadelphia, as well as a beauty parlor and school in Pittsburgh. Her hair courses eventually became available in New York, Indianapolis, and at Black colleges throughout the South. In 1917, Walker built a 30-room mansion in New York and began to sponsor Black artists and writers, even establishing
Okay, you guys, that's it. We're going to go back into Love and Marriage Huntsville, but let me just talk about the Black excellence. You guys, I'm outside, so let me see. Y'all might hear the cars going by, but I just wanted to be outside, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm outside on my porch in my backyard, you guys. Yes. But anyway, you guys, what I wanted to say, just piggyback off of the Black history for a few minutes, and then we'll get back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Talk about Mr. Daniel, y'all. They try to keep us down. They try to say that our brains was too small or too big or whatever the case. We were ignorant. But we were proving them wrong all the time, such as Mr. Daniel. He is the one that created the first heart transplant. The first heart surgeon was a Black man. You got Mr. Daniel, yes. Mr. Daniel, y'all saw that, and y'all know what I tell my friend all today. They be acting like they so bougie, y'all. I grew up, say when I was in Cleveland, I'm growing up in Cleveland, and we were poor, and it used to rain. We'd be doing our homework, and had to have an umbrella cause the roof leaking while we doing our homework. So today, my friend is a dentist, and her husband is a heart surgeon. But oh no, they don't want me to remind them of that. Don't, no, I don't. I just feel like I don't have nothing in common with them. We all graduated from college, but you don't want to remember those days, or you don't want nobody to know those days that you were poor. There's nothing wrong with remembering where you come from so that you can reach back. When you remember where you come from, you going to reach back and grab that sister, that brother, that little child at risk and bring them on up too with you. But anyway, that was Mr. Daniel. Y'all know Mr. George Washington Carver. We learned a little bit about him in school, but I did not know the details to all that man did until I started doing my own research. Most of all is Sarah Bradlow. Y'all know that's Madam C.J. Walker. Real name was Sarah Bradlow. Sarah is my grandmama name, my great grandmama. But in 1906, Sarah renamed herself Madam C. Walker. She had got married. I think their husband's last name was Walker. But she opened doors, you guys. She even at that time she invented the straightening comb. Oh God, y'all remember them black women? We hard on black women today because we do a lot of stuff that's harmful that we don't know. I remember I didn't think nothing was wrong with my nappy hair. I used to think that my nappy hair was so beautiful, but them old women were saying, "Get that straightening comb and what you call them kitchens back there. That nappy hair, do something to that nappy hair, that girl." And I'm sitting up there, well, what's wrong with my nappy hair? I'm a little girl now, looking in the mirror, loving my hair. But as y'all know, after a while it's changed. You start straightening it, then you start putting perms in it, then you start wearing wigs. And it come way, way back. It's rooted way, way back. Most of us is running around here with a wig on our head. When we got healthy, beautiful hair, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. We got the best hair. This is good hair. We look at everybody else's hair, that stringy hair, and say, well, their hair is good. We call curly hair good hair, straight hair good hair. We do not call our hair good hair. But I'm going to tell you the truth. This is good hair right here. If you don't believe me, look at them mummies. They dig up them black mummies, 3,000 years old. That they popping up with afros on their head. That hair's still so firm and so good that it's still on their head after being buried 3,000 years. You cannot find that on that thin hair like that. They be plumb bald headed when they dig them up. This is good hair. But I tell y'all what you tell your kids. Everybody, good hair is clean, healthy hair. All right. So anyway, we're getting back on Melanie C.J. Walker. We're saying that she opened doors for all of these women that are in the hair care products, beauty products, y'all. Okay. And also they said Madam C.J. Walker hired over 3,000 employees. So she gave back to the community. She even always was funding education, you guys. That's your Black History Spotlight. Miss Madam C.J. Walker paving the way. Every time I see Melody standing up there with that chemist, I think about Madam C.J. Walker. Yes, I didn't like wigs on. I mean, I'm a natural woman. Yeah, Miss Sheila, I do it all. I love myself. I love my hair. And I think that's the main thing, that you just don't be ashamed of your nappy hair. Sometimes I got a afro, sometimes I got braids, sometimes I got a wig on. It just whatever rocks my boat at that time. But I'm not ashamed of my natural hair. Okay, let's get back, y'all. Y'all see this book right here? Back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. This book I wrote, this book is not even edited. I had my own share of martel hoax. And I just want to read this to y'all because Miss Nail remind me of them older ladies when my husband used to beat me up, y'all. Yeah, I kept black eyes. Every time this one right here be black. Black eyes, broke nose, I kept them. So, I take domestic violence seriously. I couldn't get nobody to help me. I will go to them little older women. They be like, baby, just pray. Pray. You go to church. They telling you to pray. And one day I said, I'm going to try it. He started beating me. I knew he was ready to come over to hit me. I grabbed that Bible, started reading that Bible. That man kicked me in my head while I was down there praying. And after that, I said, you religious people are never going to give me no advice on how to deal with a man beating me up. I'm down there on my knees praying and he kicking me in my head. But anyway, that's what this book come from, you guys. I'm just going to read just a little section out of the book. It's called The Thug's Passion. Women who love dating bad guys, y'all. So I'm just going to start how arrogant he was. He reminded me of Martel. He's so arrogant, his voice. He treated the whole matter as if it was a joke. That's what Martel do, y'all, right? Them nonsense. It's just a joke. You mean to tell me you're going to hold me accountable? No, it's just a joke. Love and Marriage Huntsville and even Carlos King treating this domestic violence, this diva as it is a joke. Now, Helen, that's me. I use my real name, y'all. Now, Helen felt like she was trapped into a spider's web and didn't know how to get out of it. I'm just like, I love him. Oh, I love him. I'm crying. Calling my cousin, crying. My man has stayed out all night. Never mind. When he come in, he gonna beat me up, but I'm still crying over this man. Now Helen felt like she was trapped into a spider's web and didn't know how to get out of it. Also, I finally quit hanging on to the idea that this man is going to wake up and snatch me off of my feet. Remember Melody said that, y'all? She done said it. She said it in so many words. But she decided to save herself. She realized that he was not going to quit. What he was going to do, know how to cheat better. That man really expect for that woman to accept him cheating. He told her, yeah, you need to talk to some older ladies or whatever. The men need to, and they'll show you how to shut up and be quiet. Yeah. Now, look, besides my attempt, I was trying to construct my own romantic storyline. It failed, y'all. Every time they see me and they be like, how your husband? Oh, we're doing just fine. We got a fine marriage. And I got this big old black eye sitting up like that. Miss Nail, what is your secret? What are you crying to Melody about all the time? Melody said you call her crying all the time. Besides my attempt to construct my own romantic storyline, it failed. I was operating under a false narrative and a false script concerning my life. This is not no perfect marriage, Tisha. You're operating on a false narrative, a false script concerning your marriage. This is not a perfect marriage. Y'all heard myself say it. I chose not to get a divorce. Now, but what was going on? Why don't we see this on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Why don't we see the difficulties that you guys were going through? But anyway, that's what Miss Nail do. She operate on a false sense of self, a false narrative concerning how a relationship's supposed to be. And she expect for Mel to just fall in place. Yeah, but y'all know what? I discontinue listening to the messages of my heart. Your heart gonna tell you, you need to get the hell out of here. You need to go. Yes. But when you discontinue listening to the message of your heart, that's when all that abuse come in. Now, if we listen to our inner spirit, it will guide us to the right path. It would accompany us to be free. It would lead you on many wonderful pilgrimages like Mel is today. She on cloud 9 because she decided to quit listening to that old lady. She ain't listening to none of y'all on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She ain't listening to you no more, Nell, neither. It will lead you on many wonderful paragraphs listening to your inner spirit. Some people call it the Holy Ghost, and some call it your inner spirit. Whatever you choose to identify its name with, it will speak to you in times of trouble. I met many nights after nights, I had to walk that floor. Oh Lord, what direction must I take, God? Jesus, help me. What decision must I make? I got kids in here. I got a house. I got all this time with this man. What shall I do? What direction must I take? What decision must I make? If we don't follow the guidance of the inner spirits that deeply embedded in our heart, then our heart will become shipwrecked. And that's what Miss Nell is operating. Her heart is shipwrecked. And she preaching that stuff to Melody because that's how she grew up. And she learned from the elder ladies. And the elder ladies taught her how to protect a black man. So she trying to teach that to Melody. He's innocent. He's not guilty. I don't believe a black man should go to jail. Never mind, you've been abused. So if we don't follow the guidance of the inner spirits that deeply embed into our heart will become shipwrecked. Our lives will be full of apprehensive and self-doubt. Self-doubt. What must I do? What step must I take? Why am I having self-doubt to lead this relationship that's so abusive? Then we will find ourselves sinking in many storms, y'all. Now, I'm still here. He's still beating on me. The elders are still telling me to stay here. The church telling me to stay in this abusive relationship. The preacher's telling me to be standing this abusive relationship. But now, it's up to me. Survival time now, and I am left with asking the most fundamental of questions. What did I glean from my past experience? What is it about me, y'all? Why am I keep falling for these abusive men? Why do I keep choosing men who have a variety of playground games? Why am I attracted to thugs? Yeah. And then I had to realize that it wasn't that man's fault. The reason I say that, it was me. I kept choosing the same type of abusive man over and over and over. It was in a different body, but same spirit. So Miss Nell, she recognized that spirit of martel, that abusive spirit. She recognized that. That's what she used to, you guys. So that's what she's trying to teach Melody. You got to accept that. Oh, well, you guys. Let's see what Sheila Aaron is saying. Sheila Aaron is saying nobody has a perfect marriage. We are not perfect. Melody found out her and Martel are unevenly yoked or unequally yoked. Yeah. See, a lot. I used to think unequally yoked was being in the same faith. But no, equally yoked is more details than just having the same religious background. All right, thank you, Miss Sheila Aaron. Now, you guys, y'all got that link out there. If you want to come up, you can. Oh, Miss Fletcher, Miss Lily said, Miss Fletcher is terrible. She's done expressed y'all this light out here. She done approached Melody in a way to make her relive the trauma she endured. Yeah, we talked about that last night, you guys over there on Pinky channel. That nonsense, that's what they good for doing. They want you to relive. That Melody can't be happy around here. Every time Melody choose something happy, here come Miss Nell. Here she come trying to remind her. Hey, look, my dad said you cheat. Did you cheat, Nell? Nell, Mel, what happened? I don't believe a black man should go to jail. What happened? Mel up there trying to have a good time. Up there out there did exercise, playing ball with her. Here she come. Gotta relive that DV again. Can I get a break? Okay, Linda Gamble says 160 like and 77 in the chat. Miss Aaron says some people give false information. So why are we, even the church, this goes all the way down to the church setting where the women's are being abused. Even in church, I can't, them women's in church are being abused. If y'all know there's something, I was at a church where I didn't know this. It was my first day there, and I went up there on that pulpit. Oh Lord, the whole church had a fit. Even the women, they told me I couldn't do that. I didn't know what the hell was wrong. I couldn't. It said that women's not supposed to even step their foot on the pulpit, y'all. I'm scratching my head like hell. Ain't that something? Then they wouldn't. And then you look around, ain't nothing but women's in the church supporting the church. They taking all your money, but you have no rights. Come on, Sheila. Thank you for coming up here with me, y'all. Oh yeah, y'all. Pinky is sick today. That's why y'all don't see Pinky. Pinky is sick. Hey, Sheila. Thanks for coming up here. Well, let me read what In Potential says. She says, "I hope Nell remember she has daughters. Yes, and I am sure Chris would not like any man treating his daughter abusively. That's right. That's right. Hey, Sheila, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. What's your intake on this?
Well, with Nell, I think that's like you said, that goes back to old school teaching where some of the women they set into situations where even if they were abused, they took it. And because I used to see the lady down the street from us, she was a good friend of my grandmother's. And I used to see her being beat on, and I used to say to myself, I said, when I grow up, I'm not letting no man put his hands on me because I did not come from abuse and I knew that wasn't normal. However, I ended up in a situation like that, but I got out because I knew where I came from. It's embarrassing and you're ashamed of that person. But
Mm-hmm.
what I would like to say about Nell, that's learned behavior. She had to sit there and she had to see it from her own family members in order to make a broad statement like that. I mean, it's so damaging to a person because a mother need a healthy mind in order to continue to care for the children. And I'm just glad Melody had enough sense and a good, come from good stock where she could get up and remove herself from Martel
Mm-hmm.
because she's the brains behind everything with him. But I think Neil gonna continue to do it because somebody done. You see how these girls they be say, "Oh, Chris, he's such a nice looking man. He's cute." I think she was willing to put up with that stuff all because of the way he looked. Because a lot of women look at the surface level; they don't look at a person internally. Because
Mm-hmm.
it has to, if your heart is not good and you're not a good person, You're not gonna all them looks, all that stuff fade. So that's
And,
my
and
take on it.
yeah, and let's just see. She said this voice says seems like low self esteem to stay with a man that hits you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't think it's so. Even though you get a low self esteem, I don't think a woman, most women, they don't walk in a marriage just looking at their marriage to fail, or they had that self esteem. They had high hopes for the marriage, because when I walked in my marriage, I was like, this is going to be my one and my only final person. That's how I stepped into my marriage. I
Yes,
wasn't looking for to be a divorce. I wasn't looking to be a single parent. But however, it happened that way. And a lot of women, I mean, a lot of times, like even with Melody, she tried to give him so many opportunities that she said, look, you got 5 years to get this mess together. And that's longer than most people to put a timestamp on something like that. But the thing is, she really wanted that marriage to work because they both made an agreement. They said, "Look, we came from single parents. We're not gonna raise our children. We want our children to be in a two-parent household." But
mm-hmm.
Martell blew all this stuff all because he had selfish desires.
Mm-hmm.
He had everything in house. You had no reason, but still, that's not good enough. Good enough. And my mom even told me, she said, "You can be the most stunning and beautiful woman in the world, and he got a dime piece on his arm, and it's not gonna matter." Say it's in them to do that.
Yeah. Because if you look at
Hmm.
look how beautiful Mel is very beautiful, and look who he cheated on her with. The
And
girl
not
don't
only was she beautiful, she's smart. So he
need.
has somebody with both, beauty and brains. And
Mm-hmm.
those, and a lot of times, you look at things like that. Some people look at it as a rare quality, but you can be beautiful and smart at the same time. And
Yes,
I'm just glad that Melody took the high road and left that situation. Even though, nobody look at a marriage as looking at it to fail. Nobody. That's nobody.
yes,
Every woman you
yes,
speak to that come from good stock, even yourself, like you explained about you having a black eye, you walked into your marriage and said, okay, I want this to work. I'm going to do my part. But you can't be in a marriage by yourself, because most of the time it's that woman that's going to, that's,
mm-hmm.
fighting for that marriage. But both of you got to be in it to win it.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
and it just really was just. I was so disappointed in Nell with the way she handling this young lady. We are older. She's older, and then I saw those are cars, y'all. Here, y'all. Then I
Yeah.
saw her just hanging out with Stormy as if she's like a little teenager. I mean, just stay. I'm not saying not go out and have fun, but we can't relive our youth through these young girls.
Nope. And I think that's where she failed at. I think she should have been more or less like the matriarch of the group. And you know what I'm saying, where she could share words of wisdom with them, and not nothing, trying to fit in and stuff. I have an aunt that does that. She tried to get in with her children and stuff. And my mother used to always, she said, I don't know why Joyce do that stupid stuff, because first of all, your kids you shouldn't even want to party with your friends. You should have your own set of friends that you hang around with.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom, she never got in our business, and she never stepped in. And I do the same thing with my children now that some of them are grown. I don't get in their business. I don't want to hang around their friends. They don't do the things that I like to do.
Mm-hmm. Let me welcome
And so I
Patricia.
don't.
Hold on. Let me welcome. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Oh, this Miss. Oh, I Miss
Hi,
Patricia. Wow.
Patricia.
How you doing? How both of you doing, Miss Black Tanning?
Hey, young
We're
lady.
doing good.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
we're doing good.
But I want to voice my opinion on abuse because I'm definitely in that category. And something that you say that struck the nerve because Nell, she is an older woman,
Mm-hmm.
and back in those days, that's how we was raised to stay in a relationship. Even if we have kids, we were still being abused. We be not it be verbal and um physical, but we
Mm-hmm.
was there to try to stay there to try to provide for our children, because we really didn't have anyone to really just say, you don't have to do this. You can make it by yourself. And Mel is a example where a lot of younger women today don't have to stay in the abusive relationship. They can stand on their own 2 feet. It's too much opportunities out here for us women, not just black women, women's general. We just have to stand and walk out on faith and be all that we can be. We don't have to stay there and being abused by a man because he paying the bills or he doing this or he doing that, because you can do it yourself. And I'm one that had to learn the hard way. And I
Mm-hmm.
did it. I came out, I moved, I got my kids. I'm a parent of 3 kids, beautiful kids. I
Mm-hmm.
have two. I have two that is one is a pathologist, one is an engineer, and
Wow.
one my daughter owns her own company.
Wow.
And I did
Mm,
35 years of
nice,
being
nice.
a daycare owner, and I am
Mm,
now retired. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just the fact is that we get so hung up in he gonna do this and he gonna do that, but we can do it ourselves. And
Yeah.
Nell was in that category back in those days where you stay in that relationship regardless, because we all know how Chris was, well, allegedly, because we
mhm,
wasn't there. But she
right.
Mm-hmm.
waited 18 months for this man to come back, and he was still out there doing what he wanted to do, but she stayed there,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
in that relationship. Not saying that he abused, because we don't know what was going on in their household, but we do know that he was out there, playing around in those streets. And the good
Mm-hmm.
thing about Mel was not gonna stay in a relationship. She did what she's supposed to have done, is she tried to make her marriage work. Montel
Mm-hmm.
didn't want that marriage to work because he wanted his cake and ice cream and eat it too. And that was the nail that put it in the coffin when that girl ended up with that baby. So that means that if she accept Martell, she got to also accept the baby that he's bringing into their marriage. And she was not willing to do that. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to put her in a situation someplace where she don't want to be. You forcing her to be in this relationship where you know you wrong. And now that he see all of his mistakes, he cannot accept that he lost a very, very good woman.
Y'all
well,
notice he
I think,
seemed to not take accountability. Everything is he blaming her. Well, if she would have just did this and did that in a relationship, to me it was all sexual. He acting like a little kid. She didn't
It,
yeah,
satisfy me in bed, so that's why I went out. Yeah,
no, he was doing that way before they got married. He was
yeah.
not he was not being faithful to Mel. But like
but
she said, she was young and she wanted a relationship. Like say she can count her boyfriends on her one finger, on how many
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
relationships she was in. But see, Montel is from them streets. And Montel is still in them streets. And Montel gonna continue to be in the street. I don't care who he be with and what they can do for him. Montel is for those streets, and you can tell in his reaction. You
I
sit back and look
remember.
back. Look,
Excuse me. Do
I'm
you
sorry.
remember? Do you remember Pat when when Melnica said that she was planning a wedding, the reason she quit because Martel was still messing around. So that was just before they got married.
Exactly.
I think he was
Uh,
jealous because kind of
And Mel
find out
stated
he
out
was.
her own mouth. She said Montel been messing around, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess sometimes when you're young, you only see and in love, you only see what you want to see. But when
mm,
you move yourself back from the forest, then you begin to see the trees because that love is blind.
mhm. Okay,
Well,
Miss
I want to
Erin.
say, I wanted to say this. I guess my grandmother, she must have been before her time because she was a strong woman and she taught her daughters to be strong, even though she had sons too. Because her sons always was defending the household. You know what I mean? Even if you had something on that if I go back and change your clothes. But my thing about that is that I came from a strong family, but I ended up in an abusive marriage. It was shocking to me. I was
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed. I didn't understand it. It was different. I wasn't used to men like that in my life. And then I had a good dad too. He was very quiet and loving. You know what I mean? So when I
Mm-hmm.
met my ex husband, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, he haven't smacked me or put his hands on me," but it took a minute for me to gather myself and to understand how. After that, a lot of people, "Oh, why don't you leave? Why don't you leave?" Like they telling Melody. You know what it is when you quiet like that, you're implementing a plan to get out of that situation. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's what
Mm-hmm.
she
Yes,
was she
ma'am.
was doing. You're lining up all your ducks so you can make
Yes.
a smooth transition without anybody getting hurt, including yourself and those kids. Because them
Right.
kids don't depend on you. It's easy for anybody to say, "Oh, well, it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me." I thought it wouldn't be me either, but I ended up there. You see what I'm saying? So it comes
Yes,
in
ma'am.
variables. So it comes in variables. Even with Martell, when he talked about how the when Melody said, "Did you talk to the old man?" He said, "Yeah, I talked to him." And he said, and they said, they was telling him it's all right to cheat. In other words, and I used to hear men tell their boys to go out here and sleep with women. That's what make a man. They didn't tell them how to become a man. They felt like this losing your virginity made you a man, and that's not the truth. You got to tell a man how to provide for a woman, how to care for a woman, how he can take care of himself in order that he can be able to be an asset to a woman. Because you're supposed to add to that table. You don't take from the table. You add to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
Yeah.
Martell didn't do. He walked like Miss Titanic said. He running around there like like some type of um inflamed teenage boy. Like he got to
Yeah.
have it. He got to have it. He is dumb. Who sits in there? Who sit and think about sex all day long and being with different women? Only a vile human being thinks like that. We got so much to do in a daytime. You shouldn't even have time for that type of thing. Golly.
Well,
Sheila, thank you.
Martell
Hold
got
on,
got
Sheila, thank you for the super sticker. Okay, go on, Patricia.
Martell had gotten in a
Back.
situation where he was exposed to things that he never had. That was money, that was a career, that was
Mhm,
a fame, and all these things that went straight to his head. And after he got
Mhm,
these things, he still wasn't satisfied because he had everything that a man could possibly ask for. You had a
mhm,
God fearing woman at home that was loving on you,
mhm,
loving on her children, doing what she needed to do to provide for her kids and make sure that when this day come that we won't have to be struggling to do this and do that. And Mel, like when she came into the relationship, Mel didn't come in a relationship broke. She came in with something. That was her
mhm,
integrity. That came in with the education. That came in with want to be somebody, want to have something to leave for my children. She came in ready to make this marriage work. But it
mhm,
takes two to make a marriage work. And she
Mhm.
was doing it all by herself. And one day she decided, she said no more, because God said it was time for her to go. And when
Mhm.
God speaks, you listen, because his sheep will hear his voice. And I truly believe when
Yeah,
she
that's
speaks
true.
of him, I really do believe that it's nobody but her and God is moving this here situation, that putting her in a better status than what she was in, beside sitting up in the house worrying about what he's doing out there in them streets, why he's out there in an epidemic where people dying, but you trying to get to this woman sun up and sun down, and you studied lying. Here you cripple and trying to crawl up the stairs
Oh,
to try to get a telephone to see what this woman is calling you for. And this will show you a prime example of a man that really didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where his
true.
heart was at. Let
Yeah.
me just read this, y'all. Victoria says Nell consider herself as a mentor, such a bad influence. I agree, Victoria. That is, she especially Mel needs her. Miss me
Mm,
with a black man going to jail. Crap. We we
mm.
we know that we know innocent black men we don't want going to jail. Of course we don't. Now let me see what Miss Barbara. Oh, she says. Miss Barbara A says to me, we talk about being equally yoked. Bring together as one, form one. Mel was love. She had morals, generational wealth.
Yeah,
And Martel was sleeping around with different women. Self-absorbed and bad work ethic. He sure got bad work ethic. He pimped that girl. I hate to say
But
that, but he was pimping her. Go ahead on,
well,
Sheila.
one thing I could say when it comes to Martell, Martell's a broken man. He's a
mhm,
man that, you know what, it's hard when I say broken, because when you don't have nobody to take the time out for you and tell you that they love you, how is your day, those type of things matter. Because
yeah,
when you look at Marlene, when Melody asked her the question, she said, well, Miss Marlene, how did you talk to Martell when he came to you and he asked you about things that he was going on with school or things in his day when they was on that yacht? She said, well, I just tell him, go on back out there and play. Or boys will be boys. You'll be all right. You'll be friends tomorrow. They fight today, they be friends tomorrow. That type of behavior. That thought pattern. When you tell your children that, you still supposed to make it comfortable where they could come to you and you be able to have a conversation and explain things about them. Like yesterday, I met this little girl yesterday, and she stopped me and she started talking to me. I guess she must have been about 7 years old, and she was telling me how the kids bully her. And I said, that's because they jealous, sweetheart. I said, do you call them names? She said, no. And she said, no, I don't call them names. She said, just because we of a different skin tone or skin color, she said, we're still the same type of people. But that goes to show that, with that little 7 year old, she recognized that they were different, but she said, we're still the same people. We just have different skin tones and hair
yeah,
texture. She said, but I love everybody. But I was glad this little girl was smart enough. This was a little a little clear little girl that came to me and she was telling me
Mhm.
about, and they know me from the neighborhood. So the point is that Marlene should have took that same time that I was able to give this little girl, and this little girl don't even know, she know me from the neighborhood, but she don't know me like that. To take that time out with your children so that they don't go out here in these streets and get the wrong type of advice, instead of her telling him and brushing him off. She should be giving him a solid answer, something that will give him food for thought, instead of him
yeah,
going out there with them old wild uncles and running around. Cause Marlene, she married Martell mother, father. I mean, well, she didn't marry him, but he was institutionalized, and I think Martell's his father was a jailbird as
Hold
well.
on,
And when
Sheila.
you,
Sheila, hold on.
uh-huh,
I got that now.
okay,
I have a cash out. Thank you guys for the cash app, right? Any cash app. And then Miss Sheila gave me a super sticker, and Miss Ingrid Bruce, she has gave me a super sticker. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you guys so much. And let me just read this right here. This is Mrs. Barbara. Oh, she said, my dad, y'all listen at this. My dad had an uncle who treated his wife horribly. They were visiting and he was talking nasty to her. She asked my dad why I am staring at him. I was 12. I told him that I don't like him. Oh, yeah, from a child's mouth. Yeah, a child sure gonna tell the
Mhm.
truth.
Out of the
You
mouths of babes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you felt that negative energy. And Miss
Mhm.
Barbara O again I read that about being equally yoked. Okay, go ahead
Yeah.
on and
Mhm.
finish your thought, Sheila. Mhm.
But I was just, but my thing is with Martell, he was running with the wrong type of people. Even his uncles in there was type of corrupt because he said his uncle Sam and his wife, that was the ones that he robbed the ATM machine with.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marlene, she running out probably at the juke joints and stuff, you know. And instead of taking that time out. So with Melody, Miss Van invested in her daughter. She poured into where Marlene didn't. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martell could be somewhat jealous of how Miss Van and Melody's relationship is and her other family members. And when he look at his family, he see all the misfits over there that didn't take the time out to pour into him the correct knowledge and love and wisdom into him to make him a strong, viable man that know how to provide and protect.
You
You see
know,
what
and
I'm
my
saying?
mama was born in 1921, and
Hmm.
and she had 11 kids. My mom did, and I seen a lot of abuse going on in my family,
Mm,
and it wasn't on our behalf. The ladies, even my brothers, they never abused their wives. They never my sisters. I seen them being abused. You know, I seen my mom being abused. You know, and back in those days, you know, you thought this was natural. You know, because we really didn't have nobody to tell you better. You know that this is not the way that a woman's supposed to live. You know, you don't hurt the thing that you love. You know, you don't mistreat them. They're not dogs. You know, you don't kick them around. You don't spit on them. You know, you don't just take them and kick them and throw them in the mud. And you know, I have seen so much. So when I grow and you learn that no, I would never. We say never let a man, you know, abuse us, you know, and then when we get in the house with a man, you know, he's nice, he's very caring,
Hmm.
he is this and he is that, then you begin to see a change. You know, when you say things, he's snapping at you, you know, like, what did I say that was different that would make him snap at me? You know, what is I'm doing to make him this and that? And he always complaining. The meal's not done. I
yeah.
don't like the way this tastes. This ain't right. You know, you started seeing little things that didn't matter, but now all of a sudden he began to make this be an issue. And then
Mm-hmm.
next thing, when you turn around and say something, next thing you find yourself on the floor, or you are this, or you nasty B, or you
Yeah.
ain't nothing but you,
Oh,
you know, all kinds of stuff. And you say, well,
Yeah.
what happened? You know,
yeah.
and you started questioning yourself.
Yeah.
What did I do to deserve this? You know, you
Yeah.
started
See?
questioning yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and as you start to
Mm.
continue to, you know, stand in the relationship, it only get worse. It don't get any
Mm-hmm.
better. It get worse. So
Yes.
you know, I look at how Nell and Chris, how they will not acknowledge that Martell is wrong. They will not acknowledge. He say, well, he was wrong. She was wrong. He did not never say Martell was very wrong for what he's trying to do and what he's doing and how he did it. You know,
Hold that
that's
thought, Patricia. Hold that
yes,
thought. And this, Miss Engel is piggybacking on what you're saying. This is so true. And Martel will be accountable for the wrong he has done as long as women make excuses for him. Shake it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Trish.
You know, and Nell, back to Nell and Chris, I don't feel that they should mentor Mel or Martell because they have not settled their situation for as what going on in their life. How you gonna mentor someone or counsel someone when your stuff at home is not together? It's tore up too. You know, you can tell by the children. But how you gonna mentor Mel and Martell, and your family is going buck wild? You got some that don't like you. You got some that you throw money at to make him try to act decent, and
Look,
it's still not enough.
Look, Chris out there, just out there roaming wild in the community. But the real Nikki said, Mel, unfortunately, I agree. Don't need to be around these clowns and side chick. She's a queen, and they hating her hard on her. You know what? Y'all know what I think about. Y'all remember when it first came on, and Mel would be trying to have a what was that? That combat group. Now, she's
Yeah.
the only professional one at the table, so it must have been rough on her to be sitting up with all them eggheads. Nobody knew nothing. All of them was stupid and dumb, yet they felt like they was the smartest one in the room.
But Miss
You know what I mean?
Titanic, you
Yeah.
ought to see you ought to see what's getting ready to happen now because Mel has opened up an office in this with her real estate. Remember she
Oh,
had mentioned something about
really?
real estate? Well,
Oh,
she has
wow.
opened up an office, and
Okay.
now she finna make sure they finna show enough be mad, especially Marceau.
Now, that's why my soul come up. Oh, no wonder my soul come up. I'm
Yeah,
building again. Wait a minute, y'all. Miss Octopus, you guys are just showing out today. Bless me with a 9.99 super sticker. So you say she got an office? Where is it gonna
yeah.
be located at? Do you know?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to. I don't want to be, but I think if I'm
Is it
not mistaken,
California?
she got a. Excuse me.
I said, is it? I heard something about her having something up in California too. I'm not for sure.
What I heard is was in L.A., but I'm not for sure. You know,
Yeah,
I heard it was in L.A., but I thought it was probably since she got a townhouse, and I mean, well, not no townhouse, a condominium, or what you call
in
those big
Atlanta.
beautiful places.
It's a condo. Yeah, you're talking about a
Okay,
condominium there
in
in Atlanta.
in Atlanta. You know, I
Yeah,
thought
but I
it
heard it
probably
was
would be in
California.
Atlanta, but I don't know. But I do know that she had purchased because she did say that that's why she never let her real estate license go away because one day she knew that she was gonna have something to fall back on. Mel is smart.
Yes.
Yes, she
Mel is
is.
smart. She's
That's why
smart.
she letting everybody lose their mind, get out of control because she's focused on her purpose. As she said, she has a
Yeah.
purpose to fulfill. So anytime you're focused on something, it will knock you off your A game if you feed into the madness. And you can't do that. You have to have a clear mind so that you can see the common goal. They don't
Yes.
do that. See, they're not going to understand that. See, they didn't come from that type of stuff. Anytime you got the Wandas of the world and the strong faced Bettys of the world, you're not going to be able to see those type of rewards because of the fact that you're sitting there trying to tear other individuals down and not mind your own business and focus on
Right.
your own business. See, so that's where the downfall is going to come. Nobody is paying attention to this stuff. But like Melody said, you have to be a critical thinker. So if you got critical thinkers out here, they gonna see her goal. That's why they
Mhm.
can't see it. We see it because we're looking at it, and we all have experienced different stages in our lives where we
Yeah.
able to see.
Yes.
We can see her goals. We can identify with some of her troubles. A lot of us done been through life and have lived many type of situations. See, because life is a process.
It
We don't
is.
grow unless, like Melody. I was thinking about how old she said she was when she got married, which is the same
22.
age as I was. And if you look and you read and you study, that's why God is so great. He allow us to make these type of mistakes so that we can grow as individuals. And then
Mhm.
after that, we able to see their educations in this mess where our parents was trying to teach us, because I had parents like Melody had. The only difference is
Mm-hmm.
I had both parents, but my father died when I was a teen. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is,
Mm-hmm.
we had those strong matriarchs. And when you see stuff like this, you know, at 22, 23 years old, do you know your full brain hasn't developed? That fovea, which is at the center point of your brain, that right there hasn't been fully developed until you're 25 years old. So she was able to make that mistake. You're able to make that mistake. I am, Miss
Yes.
Black
Yeah.
Titanic. And see, we had to go through this stuff individually on our own. And after we got to see this stuff, because we're not going to know the full elements of a human being, we
Mhm.
watched the representative to show up. But once them layers started picking up, you're able to see and grow from that. So,
Mhm.
I mean, at my age now, like even Kimmy, I thought Kimmy was the most dumbest out of all of them. Why would you wait till you at that big old age to end up with a Maurice? You should
Yes.
have been fully developed, fully focused, and know what you did not want in your life. But you turned around and went and got you a trash bag as well and brought it in the house instead of throwing it in the dumpster
Oh, that
and putting it on the
Sheila.
curb. I'm
Sheila,
sorry.
I can't
Uh-huh.
mention his name, okay? I'm in a lawsuit with him. I'm not allowed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I am
it's
so
okay. I
sorry.
knew you didn't. It's okay.
I
Keep going.
apologize. I deeply do. I had forgot all about that. I was on a road.
Miss Barbara O said in most of the relationship, the wife or it's the real head of the house, or really, y'all, that she's telling the truth. These
Yeah,
husbands are just dependent. Most of the time, yeah, the wife is the real head of the house, or we doing everything.
yeah,
You
but
know,
if
Miss
you,
Mrs. McTainer, when I got married, I married and I had my own car. And I
Mhm.
I which this is my second, which both of them deceased now, but
Mhm.
I bought my own house, you know, and even though I had married my husband, I still didn't put his name on my house because,
Yes.
when you go through some stuff, you kind of be
Mhm.
skeptical about putting names on stuff. And as I speak today, I still don't use his name on certain things, and certain things I do because of the fact that I got burnt so many times when people
Yes.
know how to move around, if you understand what I'm saying, and they
Mhm.
take things that don't belong to them. So you learn from your mistakes. Don't be so quick to put your name on paper because that'll come back sometime and bite you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
I feel that with everybody.
yeah, but
I think,
what I'm saying, when you're in an abusive relationship, and just like my home is mine, and just say, for instance, we get into it or something go down, then I will be in a situation just like Portia is in today,
but
fighting for
Portia ain't that smart.
my house, you know?
But, but
And,
Portia is not that
and that's
smart.
smart. I try to tell my niece that. My niece that had everything. She married a man that wasn't working, y'all. The man, he always tell me something. He a businessman. Ain't got nobody business. Don't go to nobody job. But she married that man, and she put that man on her house. She put the man on the
Yeah.
house, and now they divorced, and he fighting her. She got to share
Mhm.
that house with him. They got to split it. The final thing, they got to sell it, and he gets half of it. And I told her, I said, no, you
But
when
I don't know how the because every state is different. But just
uh-huh,
like I
Mhm.
have my house before I got married, even and before I got married. So this is mine. So when she bought her house before they got married,
but it's
and,
how
and
she
then,
Mhm.
how she did that contract with him too when they sat down in front of that lawyer
Mhm.
about her
yeah,
house. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what was going
that's
on.
my point. You have to be
Yeah.
careful about putting your name and letting them put their name on stuff because
Mhm.
you just not going into a relationship or a marriage, and you learning him just like he learning you.
But you know, she didn't want
He,
to take my advice. He was out there in the backyard with his best friend. Neither woman ain't got no job, ain't got no car, no nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna build a fence right here. I'm gonna build this and build this on my
Taking
land.
over.
I'm saying my land. He wasn't married to her yet, y'all. I like, oh
she
God,
was
Oh,
girl,
they
making
make
him
it
look
this
clear.
good.
man already claiming your land and your
Show
house.
is. Show
Yeah.
is.
But you know, I could say this with us a lot of women to even back then, when you think about how these men, you got to take a real good look at them because like they said, we cannot build a man. There's a lot of women out here build a bobs. They have nothing, and then when you put them at a certain level, they're gonna either treat you one type of way, mistreat you like Melody did for Martel. She put him on a map and made him look like something. And you
Mm-hmm.
cannot save these men. If they don't come to the table with nothing, you better shut your door and shut it fast and put your locks and your deadbolt on it.
You
Cause
better.
he's not worthy. You gotta make
Mm-mm.
these guys earn, they gotta earn their keep. Make them earn it.
Yeah. Because if you don't, they gonna
Mhm.
walk away with yours, and it be
Yeah,
what you
I ain't
don't worked
going
all
out.
your life for.
Do
Mhm.
y'all know? I had to learn the hard way. I had a sister. If a man didn't have nothing, he couldn't date her. And that's just how she rolled. You got to have something to be with me. And me, all I know is you look good and I love you. That was, so I ended up with all these abusive men, broke me. But yeah, and that's how she rolled. You ain't finna be with her. You ain't got nothing. And we should know our worth. Now that I'm older and I look back on my sister always knew her worth. Know your worth, people. Know what you
Miss
worth.
Yes,
Miss
I totally
Miss
agree with
Black
you on that one.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Miss Black Titanic, let me tell you how tricky this stuff is. Because even with all three of my sisters are still married, right?
Mhm.
I'm the only one that I was the only one that ended up with the reject from hell. Okay? And I'm just
God, I'm sorry, Sheila. That's funny. The
it's
reject
okay.
from hell. That's a good one. Woo.
Yeah, so I'm the only one. And that goes to show, and we came from the same household, raised the same way, and had the same set of values. But that's just to go to show that someone can easily be fall through the cracks and not, and things happen. But I'm not going to say because we all have different paths and things
Right.
just happen to work out for them. I tell people all the time, I didn't fail my marriage. My marriage failed me because I
Yeah.
was doing my part. The only thing you can do is your part. And these men come and they take advantage of this. And like Melody, you know what it is? They see these good girls come from these good backgrounds. Oh, she's not going to do this. She's not going to do. I can do whatever I want, and she's going to never leave me, and she's going to continue to put up with it. And then when that light bulb click and God steps in and it's time to go, you going. And you
Right.
already know because you don't, after a while, you don't care what they do because you know you leave.
Right.
Let me
Right.
see.
And I do.
Let me read what Barbara
Mhm.
O said. She said, my uncle told my dad he needs to whip me for talking to a man like that. My
Mm.
Mm.
my sweet, beautiful Aunt Pat, my dad's sweet, beautiful Aunt Pass, and my dad's uncle was like Mr. Not Mr. from Color Purple. He couldn't function without her. That Mr. from Color Purple. Oh Lord.
Mm, mm.
Ooh, I'm telling you, that Mister from Color Purple, that was a really eye opener. But we could all
It was.
knew somebody in the community had a Mister.
You
And
know
on
they
that
did a
note, you guys, is after 2 hours. I used to just do 2 hours, and you girl, y'all say y'all finals, and then I'm out of here. But let me thank everybody. I got super stickers. Thank y'all for the super stickers, and thank y'all for the Cash App, and thank y'all for being here with me. Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yeah, not a
Okay,
problem.
Sheila, I'm gonna let you go first, and then we'll let Miss Patricia close it.
I'm hoping that you do this. You'll come back and do a deep dive when it comes to when the study of a men like the Martels of the world and how this stuff started. They
Yeah.
start and that goes back into further history with slavery. They say
Mm,
these men used to sit there on the doorstep while the slave master used to beat their um the slave master used to grab their wives, take them indoors, and have sex with them women, and then would beat them and have children behind them. And the
mm,
husband would sit on the step and he's listening in to this man abusing his wife. And they saying a lot of that stuff stemmed from that period.
yes, I just read that too.
But I hope you do something on that so I can come up here and really listen.
I will, and y'all know I what the I remember back in 2000, this young girl, one of my daughter's friends said, "Can you write a book on the black women's that raising these men? Because all
Hmm.
these men we're talking about, they coming out of a woman's womb now."
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miss Patricia.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, Miss Black Titanic. And I
Mhm.
wanted to say, I been watching you for a minute now, and I do understand, what's going on, with the situation. But
Mhm.
for as Nell and Chris, I feel that they need to mind their own business.
That's
And
right.
I feel like
Mhm.
she should have never made a statement with Stormy concerning what Mel should have or shouldn't have done. Because the fact is, you supposed to be Nell's friend, but you over there talking to Stormy, and you already know the situation between Mel and Stormy. So I feel that you are being two-faced. You playing both sides of the fence, and you supposed to be an
Mhm.
elder woman that knows better. So to me,
Mhm.
Nell need to just move out away from Mel, because Mel don't need nobody like that in her life, because she would jam her up just because she wants that spotlight. And that's what I feel,
Yes.
that she's fighting for that spotlight.
Yes.
Mhm.
You hit it on the nose. Everything you said, I just felt like that something went all through me when I saw that woman sitting up there talking to Stormy about, yeah, well, I just don't think a black man should go to jail. In other words, she's saying that Martel was innocent.
Yes.
That's what she was
But
telling
That's
Stormy.
exactly what she's saying.
Yeah.
Miss Titanic, she could be as equally powerful and support. That support is everything. She don't know how powerful that position of support to Melody will be. I mean, you can move mountains in situations like that, but she's not going to do that. And I just wanted to say, Miss Patricia Ellis, I see you because I think that's your last name because I see
Yes,
you
ma'am.
I see you in the Patreon, boy. Y'all go ham.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's me.
I say in
I
the
just speaks the truth, and I don't
yeah,
sugarcoat it. I just tell it
yeah.
just like it is, because, like I say, you
Hmm.
got to walk in that woman's shoe in order to know what she's talking about. You
There
just
you
can't
go.
say what you feel and what you should have shouldn't have done, because everybody is different.
Hmm.
Everybody handle their own situation different.
Hmm. That's right.
Okay.
Well,
I
thank
just
you,
want,
Miss Black Titanic, for allowing me to come up. I appreciate it.
yeah, and I'm gonna close with this. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna win, y'all. I just know that I'm not going to lose, and that's the attitude
That's
we
it.
need to have. We're gonna end on that note. Don't know.
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
don't know how I'm gonna win, but I do
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that I'm not gonna lose.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna end this and thank everybody. I thank you all so much for the
You
cash.
are welcome, Miss Black Tana, and enjoy your weekend.
Okay, y'all
Okay.
make sure y'all go back and get my likes up now. Get my
Yes,
likes up
ma'am.
on my other video.
Bye bye.
No,
Okay,
okay,
later now. Don't say
okay,
bye to me. Say later, cause that means forever. I'm gonna
right.
Okay. Later.
yeah, later.
All
Okay.
Y'all gonna
right.
say
Enjoy the rest of your
later.
day, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to read a little bit from Tyler. She said, I was in the bushes, but really enjoyed the rest of your day, ladies. Now better be careful. Stormy may be recording their conversation. Stormy is always up to something. Y'all saw how she did Destiny. She gave her that purse because she wanted that spot. She wanted
Yeah.
not when she came in there with that whatever purse that is, and she got it too. That
And
was her purpose of doing that to her. Back,
she's friend with AL too, so she better be careful. And you will we never know what this plot and what the plan is.
you know what? Yeah, you're right. Kiki getting all the flat for being over there with AL. Stormy don't get no flat. Stormy only get this man
Thank you. Thank
$400.
you.
Uh,
Long as she keep paying that $4.99, she is cool with him. But when she start paying that $4.99, we gonna find out what's the real deal is. Hear what I say.
yeah. Yeah. Miss Shirley Terry, thank you for being here also. 999 sticker from Miss Octopus. I've been trying to read this. Miss Aquarius says, I try to like nail. I'm trying, y'all. You can't be Switzerland when it comes to DV. Y'all, what the more do they want with this woman? Do this woman have to be pulled out in a coffin or something
That
before they think
look
it's
like
sweet?
look like it. The way they act like they want to see a funeral.
Yes, it's just I don't know what more. And this woman trying to get out and protect herself. This woman is divorced from this man. What is going on 4 years and y'all still trying to attach this man to this woman. All of y'all. And let me tell y'all something. We so tired of Mel being their storyline. Mel still their storyline this season. What they think? What they talking about the millimeters? They talking about Melody. They still attaching themselves to Melody. Nobody
Yeah.
on this show can create. We a bunch of slow people.
I'm
Slow.
waiting
Don't
on
nobody
Carlos to give me
create.
my check. That's
Huh?
what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Carlos to give me my check since he talking about the millimeters. I need to get paid.
That's right. We all need a check. Thank you. Barbara O said the thing is that they are making this about Mel and they're jealous over her. This is about helping women who need it. Help. It don't
Yeah.
seem like they don't look at her as a person that need help. They dogs her out. They think that Martel need help. This is serious, you guys.
Those are unhappy women. Those are pygmies, and those women that's talking against Mel, they got a Montel in their life.
Yeah.
That's the way their man is treating them, just the way that Martel was trying to treat Mel.
And,
That's what's going on. They not happy women. Because if they was happy women, me coming from an abusive relationship, they wouldn't be talking like this. But
and
until they walk in that woman's shoes, they cannot criticize and tell her what she should and what she shouldn't do. Because one of them was there in that conversation when she was crying at night, when she was in her closet crying, trying to hide from her children, that her children couldn't see her
yeah,
crying. So they
yeah.
can't tell this woman how she should feel about this man because they never walked in this woman's shoes.
They just don't care. We're gonna leave it like that. And good night, Miss Valerie said, Miss BT, you telling the truth about hiding DV in the family. My dad used to fight my mom and told us children we better not tell. Yep, keep it in the household. My
Yeah.
parents from Alabama. I promised myself no man will beat me. And yeah,
Amen.
I said that too, but end up getting the same kind of man, my mama had. Yeah, I did. All right. Good day, you guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day. Okay.
You do the same.
All right.
Later.
Later. Yeah.